What's up, guys? Have you ever wondered what it's like to get the point of view from the client's perspective when it comes to hiring on Upwork? I have spent over $1.3 million on Upwork to pay freelancers, and I have hired hundreds of clients. It's not just this account, but this is the one I'm pulling up right now to show you guys, I've done a lot of hiring, and in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what goes through my head when I am looking at different proposals getting sent my way, because it has gotten very competitive on the marketplace. It's not like it used to be, where if I just looking professional could get an edge over everybody, because it's not that anymore, guys. And so I actually posted this job about a week ago, maybe a little more than a week ago, and I'm just actually getting through to seeing all the people that have submitted proposals. So here's a great example of a client not getting around to the job posting until almost a week later, more than a week later. So don't feel like these are things that most clients just jump on right away. I think I did check out to see who did apply a few days ago, but I didn't take any action, and I knew that I wanted to make a video for you guys, so I kind of just laid low on it. But it's a great example again of just not feeling like it's gonna happen in the next day or so. Just move on from when you send a proposal and keep on submitting those to other clients, because at some point they may get around to it, they may not, but you can't wait for it. And just by waiting, it doesn't mean it's gonna go stale either. So now I have 35 proposals here. I still have 30 invites left. That means I haven't sent any invites. And this is something to take note of, guys. We used to just rely on invites for work, because from the client's perspective, they weren't too sure the people that were applying were top-notch people. And so they would feel like they need to send these invites out if they want to get the top-notch client. And that's, something I relied on too. Personally, I would get so many invites per day. But now, as you see, it's just not necessary, because when we go through to these proposals, we'll open that up right now so you guys can see. When you go through these different proposals, you'll see a lot of people, they look great. And we'll break this down from the top down so you guys can see who gets visibility when they boost and when they don't boost. And so we have right here Muhammad from Pakistan, and he's got an awesome JSS score right here, 25 jobs, completed jobs, 2,500 total hours, and 30K earned. Now, I want you guys to take note of how Upwork has restructured all of these different proposals coming through, because it's not like it used to be. It used to be where this part over here, the cover letter and everything, that was on the bottom, and you only got to see a couple lines. You still see, just a little bit, but it's over on the side now. So it's broken up in ways it hasn't been, and the call to action for message is very prominent now, and the call to hire. So I think it's really nice to streamline these processes. So the goal is to not even really get them to click and expand and check out. Like, they should be basically pre-sold by the time they do click, because there is a very nice call to action. So if you could get the click, and the call to action shouldn't necessarily be the hire, but I always say try to get the message, and that's a really big key performance indicator whether your profile is selling itself, because people will message you. There's less invites these days, like I said, but there's actually more messages, and those messages that come through are generally warmer than the invites in the old days, because people used to just be like invite. Like if you go to this and you guys see like what that's like, just real quick. No thanks, I don't want to feature it, but where these invites go? Yeah, it's not even really letting me invite people, as you guys see. I think I have to like feature it maybe. For $29.99 you can increase exposure, reach it broader, maximizing the chances of attracting top tier talent, get a feature badge, get your job in front of the right candidate to fill this position. So even if I hit no thanks here, it's not, oh, sorry guys. If I go to invite, I can just go here. But you see, like, okay, this looks nice, these people look nice, and I can just either heart them or invite them to the job, which is normally what we would get in the past. Like if you see Will right here, Will looks like he's crushing it, so I can invite him to the job. It sends an automated message, and that's great. And we can do that all day, but that doesn't mean I'm getting really like vested. Like I'm not spending the time to actually go through their profile. It's just not set up like that, because it's set up to just rapid fire invites without so much checking. But if people here, you know, if I'm liking what they're saying here, then that's already kind of like a, I don't know, a step in the right direction, where now they can message you. And that's basically further down the funnel, I would say, than the invites. And I think that because that's the business model now of Upwork, which is basically pay to play in a way, you have to assume that, yeah, they're going to be much more motivated to show people that by spending connects and doing proposals, they could get hired too. And again, the goal could be to get hired, but it's also to just get a message. So some food for thought here. And okay, so if we go into Mohammed's cover letter right here, it says, hey Adam, or no, sorry, I am a top-rated certified automation expert on Upwork with 4 years of experience. I am proficient in tools like Make, with expertise in API integration using JavaScript, AppScript, and Python. I can assist you in doing more. So that's pretty much on the money. A lot of different skills are aligning. So some things to take note of, guys, because these things count in your profile. Like they will show up, and those things matter. You know, the more in line with their skills and what I need, the better. Like Zapier, that could be part of the integration. CRM automation, ooh, that's great. Automation, API integration, Python, things that I didn't even know I may need. It's cool that he knows them. So I think right off the bat, he gets a thumbs up, right? Like if I was just perusing through this for the first time, I would be like, okay, that's pretty solid, because most people, they're going to sift through them. Maybe they click in, but it's going to be more like more of the same of the cover letter. And then down here is, I don't know why it's like that. Okay, so if you guys can see now, you get the bio below that. So you want the cover letter. I like to have the cover letter smaller than the bio, because I think that it should kind of lead into that as a funnel. I'm a big fan of that, but I think that, you know, Mohammed is basically just in the mode where he's trying to grab these jobs, and he's in hustle mode. He's making great use of the certification attachments here, the portfolio attachments here, again, and the completed Upwork. He's using all three of the highlight feature, and I can't stress it enough how awesome that looks. You see, because I can just say, oh, you know, let me check out the certification. That's cool. Let me see like a portfolio item using Make. Wow, that's cool. That's kind of like what I need, right? You want to visualize it for the client, that that you've done it before, because it's all about lowering risk, guys. Upwork is a big time marketplace when you boil it all down. And the client may even be able to do these tasks. Like, I'm hiring out for this task. I know how to do this stuff. I have a whole agency devoted to automation, but we just need people to help us, right? But a lot of times the clients kind of know how to do something, kind of not, but they're all valuing their own time at a certain tick. And when they come across a freelancer that can help them with their time, then it's going to really make them feel better about hiring. On the flip side, the most fearful thing for a client, and something that mostly all clients go through, especially on Upwork when they're hiring for the first time, is the fear of losing time, or the fear of losing out this opportunity cost when it comes to building things on the internet, especially when it comes to automation, because the opportunity cost is huge. If they have a system going, there's an ROI that's going to start from the day that gets launched. And then if that launch date gets pushed back, everything gets more expensive. So it's not necessarily about the money per hour, but it's about like them really butchering the job and wasting a lot of time. And that's a lot of work on Upwork, guys. It's about saving the client's time. There's automation tools, there's AI, there's this, there's that. What it all comes down to is that's going to help output and save time. So more output in less time. And that's what most people are trying to achieve within their projects that they're posting. They're trying to save their own time. So the more you can prove that you can do that, the better. And Muhammad's doing a really good job proving that if I were to hire him, he's not going to waste my time or do the wrong thing or have to kind of learn on the way as I pay him. These items right here, these certifications, these portfolio items, it's really solid. And that's why he gets a thumbs up. Now, moving down, we have Matthew from the United States. And, their big thing is CRM and process automation. Cool, special, Zapier, HubSpot, Airtable. See, and this is why this is really good, guys, to put this stuff here. Although it shows up in the skill sets and things like that, you see that it gives you more like an opportunity to, again, show that you can do the thing. Muhammad does a good job of it lining up with my needs, but Matthew does not do as good of a job lining up the skills. And pound for pound, this person's charging $125. This person's charging $30. Now, it doesn't even come down to money. It comes more down to who is, again, going back to what I just said, who is more in line with kind of wasting my time with doing this. I think that Matthew could probably do this, but it looks like that, their focus is also on these other integrations. Now, I know that he says it right here in his bio, but he says this in his bio because he's probably, has a template for this particular job post. But he's trying to, do a lot of things, which, I respect that hustle. I do that too. And so if we go down real quick, so he's at $125 an hour. Are you available for an introductory call? He's trying to leverage questions early on and get me engaged, but it does show up on the main part, but still I know that it's like part of a whole template. And that what we're going to try to show you in this is that there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of AI, there's a lot of templatizing these proposals. I'm not so much of a fan of that. I mean, I get why people do it, obviously, especially if people are going to be bidding it out for the people, because it could be a situation where it does align. Now, the problem is, just from what I see, that there's an agency going on. And for this particular job post, I don't want to be paying agency, at like $125 an hour for the moment, because we're trying to, again, be able to find someone for our own team and possibly leverage their talent for other clients and things like that. Because we do a lot of internal stuff and client facing stuff in the agency. So I have no doubt that they could probably do a great job. Now, again, just to compare though with Muhammad and Matthew, in Matthew's profile highlights, he just highlights a portfolio testimonials, okay? And it still doesn't even mention make.com in these or anywhere else. And you know, something he could do probably is put more portfolio items that are in line with what he's bidding on, because I don't see a make on here. And that would, if we're talking about risk and things like that, that would help lower that risk. Yeah, he mentions the skill here, but it's not the predominant thing. And I don't want to click off the page because look what happens. It stinks when you get sent here. Like, I don't know what's going on. Why does this have anything to do with me? What, choosing a freelancer versus, like, no, dude, I just want a freelancer to help me with my project. Like, I'm aware of what I want, so you don't have to explain that to me. You're kind of wasting calls to action. Software tools, we know. Okay, so more like, again, this is great, but here's my where's make.com, which is the whole premise of the job post, right? Yeah, I don't even see it on here. So again, a huge whiff here. These two call to actions, I wouldn't even click on these, honestly, if I wasn't doing this video, guys. This is just kind of weak. And the fact that there's nothing in the reviews. Okay, I got nothing. I go, okay, the 30-minute consultation is great, but like, I got nothing. No feedback given. Okay, Matt Matrix, we're talking about the agency. I'm really just getting the idea that he's just trying to get an agency through. And if guys, I would say if you are trying to get your agency pushed through, one thing to keep in mind is that a lot of work that comes to our agency comes in through our personal site on Upwork, not so much the agency, because as you see, like, people are a little averse to hiring agencies, especially at that price. I'm not totally opposed if the agency lines up with what I need, but in this situation, this job doesn't line up. So he gets the thumbs down. Now we have Noah, and I had looked at Noah's project. So I looked at Noah's before the video, and his stuff was really good here. And so I wasn't sharing the screen, but I gave Matthew the thumbs down before. And then here's Noah's though. And this is what I see. Remember, before I clicked, but just saw your post. Just saw your post. I had mentioned this, guys. And I said, because you want to humanize the front, because everything's AI these days, that you almost want to spell something wrong in the first, so you can make it seem like you're almost on your phone texting. So I wonder if he heard that and did it, but I think it's a little clever. But yeah, so you see this, like the just saw your post. I actually specialize in content automation with Make. Confident I can deliver above and beyond. I just wrapped up a similar client project, sat down to record a quick video for you on how to tackle this. So this is why Noah right here has, I mean, this is so great that we're seeing this, because this is a true masterclass in wizardry. All right. So first of all, let's break this down. 42.07, 7 cents. He needs 7 cents per hour. Hey, we're talking about it. It's funny. It's markety, but no one knows why. Maybe it gets, the job done. You see, I thumbs up him before. He's worked 0 hours. He's completed 4 jobs, and he has 100% JSS score, $700 earned. All right, so he's done a couple fixed, 3 profile items highlighted, 15 skills. Everything looks good except for, the 0 hours and not a lot earned, right? But still, right off the bat, like, if this is all I'm seeing, I'm thinking he he really, in fact, just did this. Okay, so this is so cool. I always tell you guys, if you have the time, make a loom for the proposal. I mean, it will take 30 seconds, a minute. If you really want the best bang for your buck, send a loom. So, and I mean a personal loom, not like what you're gonna see soon, but like one that is dedicated. Don't just recycle one and just blast off every time, because that templatized stuff, that's not gonna fly. So he's saying, Noah's saying, where'd you go? Okay, I hope you guys can read this. It's a little small. Just saw your post. I actually specialized it. All right, we already read that. So let's go to the loom here. Now, you get so much out of your loom too, because you also get the summary, the notes, so you can go back and check that stuff out. Just FYI.
Just saw your post on Upwork looking for help with make.com flows for content automation and onboarding, and I can definitely help you. I actually specialize in make.com content automation systems, and I'll show you some examples in just a moment. But first, a bit about me. I currently work with a Big 5 tech client working to improve their web search language model, improving context awareness and accuracy for over 100 million daily users. I've also co-founded and scaled a charity, raising over $300,000 through automated outreach and content systems. I'll show you some examples of client projects. This one takes a Google form with certain inputs about topic and keywords, and it writes a long-form article, and it also writes 3 LinkedIn posts based off of the article. We compile them, and then we create a well-formatted Google Doc based off of that. This one repurposes webinars into SEO-optimized blog posts. We take the webinar file from Airtable, we transcribe it, and then we create an SEO-optimized blog post. This one I like a lot. It uses audio files of interviews. What we use is Assembly AI for what's called speaker diarization. So it actually can distinguish between 2 different speakers, and we can create a transcript based off of that. And from the transcript, we could create other types of content, like from content based off of an entire podcast transcript, for example. And then lastly, I have this trending videos analyzer. It uses a web scraper to look at trending videos in a given niche, and it actually performs an analysis of the best performing topics based on the transcript of each. So those are some examples of some content systems I've made. I really specialize in these kinds of systems in make.com, so I know I can definitely help you. If that sounds good, I'd be really happy to get on a 15-minute call.
Yeah, so I think if you guys are willing to do that, it will leave like a really lasting impression on the client. It's just such a good idea to do. And he did a great job here. As you see, there's the highlights again. He's jujitsuing his lack of experience with making it look really, really nice from a proposal standpoint. Now, I didn't realize this could be a little bit templatey, but it's not bad because it also includes some information that is really helpful and great, and reinforces that this person is really smart and capable and can do what he says he can do. And if we go down to his bio, he kind of talks about what he talked about here. Again, I don't really advise that. I think that he could probably optimize this part, but it's pretty clear. There's brevity, and it's leading into, the one review that he does have, which at least he's talking about automation and follow-up stuff. Now, I do think that, I love that his portfolio includes the make at the very least, because if you're going to submit again on something, hopefully you have it in your portfolio, because then you can include it here. And that's so much better than not being able to include it, or having what Matthew had earlier with just having it be irrelevant. I get that, because maybe some of these platforms you can know others, but it doesn't always work like that when you're trying to reassure people. And this is cool too, because when you make these certifications, guys, and this is something that I'm gonna really work on and make sure I can compete with others, because these Credly certifications really show up, and you can attach them to these skills. And Upwork's going to lean on those skills because they don't want to be in the, in like the arbiters of who knows what, and if people are capable. So it's nice that you can get these third-party certifications. So if you can do it, if you can include it, and if you can take the time to get these, get it done, because this is really cool what they're doing, and they don't do those skill certifications anymore. So this could be a really nice addition to your profile. And so Noah's just really, really talented. I believe I already sent him a offer. I did a video before, but the audio was terrible. But if we get to see the offer, yeah, he's getting exactly what he's asking for at the 42 an hour. And yeah, so just to summarize it so far, all three of these people got thumbs up. At this point, Matthew is archived. We got one in the archive here, and we are moving on to Vadim. So Vadim is at $60 an hour. He's going for the really short and sweet cover letter, which if you're gonna do, I would say make sure that you have a better bio that includes what the client is needing. And that's exactly what I'm not seeing from this applicant, because I'm not seeing anywhere on here any talk about Make or anything in the reviews or anything. And so, I'm also not a fan of increases, because it's just like, all right, so I'm gonna have to pay more and more and more and more. That's what I'm thinking there. And I'm also seeing that he's charging 70 an hour here, and he's proposing 60. So he is getting work at that rate. Looks like he had a really nice project on here. So he may, he's probably not in line with our need. He's doing great, but it's probably not going to work with my needs, because again, I need to know that if we are going to get on a phone call, he at least did like cool automations for make.com, which is what I'm trying to hire for. So he's going to get the thumbs down right now. And let's move on to Adam. And as you see, I already thumbs up Adam. I was a pretty big fan of his. And if we just go through, you can see marketeer, and automation engineer, certified make.com expert. So that's pretty cool to see right off the bat, those credentials, or not really credentials, but just saying he is certified, because hopefully if I click on here, I will see that maybe he did that Credly certification like the others did. And so if we look on his cover letter, we have, hello, I would be delighted to discuss with you the incalculable number of possibilities to achieve things to Make. I've already helped companies optimize many processes through automation, and I would love to do it with you too. Cool. Where are we? I've already helped many companies. I would love to do it with you too. Do not hesitate to contact me, Adam. So short and sweet. I believe that Adam probably wrote this out, and he's kind of sending proposals kind of like the way I like to send proposals, like where it's just like very believable that Adam searched, found, messaged, spent the connects, and is really like means what he says he can do, because he actually took the time to write this out, and he wouldn't do that if he couldn't, because he seems to be well on his way to making money on Upwork. And it's just, when you see that his name has Make Expert certified, it's helping with that risk factor, right? And then you see the highlights, the certificate, so it reinforces his certification claim. That's cool. Makes me trust him. He's building authority. He's building social proof. Make.com scenario, creates the articles, scenario for make.com and a scenario for make.com. This makes a lot of sense, right, guys? Like this, okay, I am sold that he can do what I'm asking, which is a big thing. And then if we go down there, he's talking about make right out of the gate. Let's face it, managing marketing tasks can be exhausting. Not too much here. It's very short and sweet. It's cool. And then you scroll down, great reviews. Adam did a great job. I enjoyed working with Adam. He has the portfolios. He has the skills. His price is pretty amazing, although he's trying to run it up on me a little bit. What are you gonna do? Got to respect the hustle. He's done it before, so he's leveraging social proof. And he also got, what did he get? Yeah, so 5-star review at the $24.99. So that reinforces that price point. That's why I'm always saying, make sure if you're gonna raise your price that you don't raise it again until you get the good review, right? Because you want to reinforce that price position. You want to put out there, yes, my rate was worth $30 an hour. Someone said it was. Look, here's that review. Now you can creep up, but you can't creep up until you close down that contract and get that good review, right? That's why sometimes you want to close the contracts and get the reviews. Other times you want to leave it open because maybe you want to keep working and increase your JSS. So it depends on where you're at in your career on Upwork, but you have to pull those levers to maximize your just the look of your profile and how it can passively help negotiate for you. Because from the client perspective, we don't want to haggle with the freelancer, but we'll do it if their pricing strategy is whack, right? Like if I see that they're normally charging people 20 and they're trying to charge me 60, that's a problem. Okay. And so Adam's awesome. He definitely gets the thumbs up. I'm even gonna send him an offer because I just like his style. I'm always hiring just from the gut a lot of times, because something also that you guys need to take note of is this is about relationships, and it's a time marketplace, yes, but it's also a marketplace for relationships. And a lot of times these relationships go on for years. And so clients don't want to work with freelancers that are annoying, and vice versa. Freelancers shouldn't take jobs with clients that are annoying. It needs to be a good match. But at the same time, as a freelancer, you have to be a good salesperson, a good marketer, and be able to make sure you're not being a dick, because you don't just get to be a dick. And if you do that, it's going to be a rough road for you. So you kind of have to be a good steward in your work and make sure that the clients are happy over time. And so you want to be likable and you want to get the job done, but you do want to, you want to be cognizant of the fact that the relationships matter. So I'm sending this offer out right now. I'm going to switch this to 5 hours because I never like to have too many hours when you're first starting out. So he's going to get his increased rate of 24. And then we're going to send this puppy out and see what he says. Let's make sure that goes out. Okay, cool. So he gets an offer. Congratulations, Adam. Moving down, we have Alex from Romania. He got a thumbs up too before, but let's see why. Okay, so AI automation developer, cool. 100% JSS, cool. 4 completed jobs, cool. 0 hours, whatever. 300 earned, all right. 9 skills on their profile. I don't see make. 4 profile items highlighted. Hello, I am an AI automations developer that specializes in make.com automations, but I've also done work in N8N and probably I have done plenty of projects in a few fields regarding LLM, I'll attach some of my work down below. Okay, I'm curious. See, this is pretty solid too, guys. I mean, it's a good lead in. Spelled a bunch of things wrong. I can't believe I'm actually telling you guys to spell things wrong, but I know that he wrote this. Like, I have no doubt. And the fact that he mentioned N8N and spelled 2 things wrong, like that's crazy. So he doesn't have too much of an attention to detail. So that's something you want to not be too crazy here. But look, this is great. These are great highlights where he's completed work with Make, automation, portfolio, my invoice. He should try and have better portfolios. And he is looking like he's cutting the price for me and doing 15 an hour as opposed to 20. So I appreciate the deal, buddy. Thank you. Now, why though? Do you need the work? Does that mean that you weren't good with the other stuff? These are the thoughts in my head. So you want to just like, again, this is the point of view of the client. That's the name of the game here. So just try to think about that. I would be hesitant to roll my hourly rate back because, again, a client can see that and be like, well, if you're going back to 15, can you go back to 13, 12? You're just kind of opening yourself up for that. So I just want you guys to be a little cognizant of that. I'm not saying I'm going to haggle with them, but you just don't have a process in flow. And it doesn't look like you've had like long-term work. So you're going to be negotiating from a place of weakness. And you just want to hopefully try to avoid that whenever you can when it comes to these things. So I think you're off to a good start. I'll give you a thumbs up. I don't know if I'm going to send the offer my way because I'm just not sure that you're like the expert in what I'm looking for. Like, you know, because yeah, you got this. I mean, I think that for you, like getting the certifications would help, having more portfolio items that are in line because you didn't include that. I think that would be helpful. And really what you're, oh, Pably. Oh, okay. So N8N and Pably. I'm such a clown. Okay, Pably is a platform. I don't know this. Okay, I know it now because you're mentioning Pably. And maybe I should know it as an automation specialist. And I think that's cool. And I think that I would give you 2 thumbs up for mentioning that. But Pably's got nothing to do with me, nor does N8N. And I think it's cool that you know these, but if I was every other client, they'd be like, what does that have to do with me? So I would really try and concentrate it more towards the Make stuff. And I know we want to talk about our other things and like talk about all our glow ups, but it's really, you have to put yourself in the client's point of view because again, you're competing with other people that have made the client's needs like their whole career. Like Adam seems a lot more familiar with Make than Alex, right? If we're going heads up, and this isn't a big difference per hour. If he's able to help me achieve what I need faster or with better results, right? It's going to blow Alex out of the water in terms of the cost ratio and the ROI. Like, what's it truly going to cost and what am I paying out? Those can be 2 separate things, guys. Now we have Chhatrapalsinh. Sorry if I butchered your name. This is a new one at $30 an hour. And we have automation expert, Make, Zapier, ChatGPT, APIs, cool, cover letter. I'm the person you're looking for. I specialize in creating seamless and efficient Make.com automation flows and have helped businesses streamline their current content development, onboarding, and other creative workflows. Well, that's basically what I need. So that's something I'd at least want to look at his profile here. 100% JSS, great. Talking about Make all over the place. Very tight, maybe AI, but it is small enough where I believe that it may not be AI, which is good. So if you guys are going to be using AI products, like I would say, make sure you tell the thing to not go past like 3 or 4 paragraphs because nobody really wants to read that. Okay. And make it tight. This is pretty good. Now, what it's not good is that we're talking okay, generative AI. I didn't really talk too much about AI with the make.com. It was mostly automation, so that has not too much to do with me. And then we're talking more AI and Microsoft certified professional. So none of these highlights actually do anything in terms of helping me better understand whether he can achieve my needs. It shows me that he can do things, but that has nothing to do with me. Okay, so and then we're talking about evaluating AI responses in English. So it's great that he's doing this AI stuff. It's got really nothing to do with make.com, and I'm not trying to train him on this platform, so he gets the thumbs down. If he's gonna be sending proposals for make.com, he's gonna be going up against experts in make.com. If you're gonna be sending proposals out for Photoshop, for Illustrator, for WordPress, for Stripe, for Shopify, for all these things, understand that's great, but you are going to be competing with people that are experts on those platforms, guys, like straight up experts. That's where we are right now. Every corner of every niche has been like inundated with experts, with people that are not doing this for the first time, for people that have a track record in what they're doing. And that's just something that you're going to have to understand. You got to bring your A game. And so moving on down, we have Michael from Nigeria, process automation expert, make.com, monday.com, CRM, Zapier, and Airtable. 91 JSS, 11 jobs complete, $1,000 earned. Says make.com, cool. We go in. Here are some Loom videos of my experience with make.com, blah, blah, blah. So this is not what Noah sent. Noah sent a Loom that was made by Noah, or maybe even like AI through HeyGen. But bottom line, it was unique. And it made me feel unique. And that's cool. And that's why he got an offer. With this is just some repurposed videos that you've had and you're just using. So why not put those portfolio items, those videos, into a portfolio on Upwork? Why have me go to Loom if it's not a custom thing? If it's a custom thing, it's different, right? You're making it easy for this message to go on in video format. It's cool. But if it's a video of an older Loom, not directed towards me, but something that you're going to repurpose, put it on the portfolio, right? Upwork's going to like that better. And it's just going to make more sense. It's good that you put these highlights in there, but you could mix it up. Like Noah mixed it up. You're just having more of the same. It's like, okay, you completed the make stuff. That's cool, but give it a little bit of a twist. And I think that will work out well for you. And I just think you want to be cognizant of that, because we're not so keen on always clicking off the platform. We may not want to. And so you're saying, hello, Adam. I understand that a crucial part of what you want. I like how we found my name, guys. This is, whoop, sorry, I didn't have this. So yeah, just to go back in case you weren't seeing this. So he put all these Loom videos up there, and we want to make sure that if you're going to do that, you put them here, okay, in the highlights, in the portfolio items. He has these highlights, but he needs to mix it up, okay? And so the other thing, guys, is that you want to make sure, again, that you have the reviews try and correlate. So he's doing a good job here, because you see that you can include that. This is all great stuff here, because I know that he does work with Make for a living right now. And that's pretty cool, because now I know that this person has done all different types of situations when it comes to Make, because it's such a big platform. And so the more work you do on it, the more time you spent, it's really going to help translate that you've dealt with problems and you've figured out workarounds and stuff like that. So I'm really, at first I wasn't in love with this. I'm not too in love with the increase of 10% every 3 months. I like what he's doing. That's a bad offer though, because I'm seeing, okay, he's doing some 20, some $40 an hour. So he's lowering his price. He's trying to get it to increase. He's trying to make himself back up to this 40, which is commendable. He's using this to get in an entry with a low price and hopefully prove himself and get to where he was next year, or yeah, next in 12 months. So he's making the $20 an hour. So I actually think that this is a pretty good way to do this. Interesting. I'm gonna definitely give him a thumbs up, and I'm gonna probably send him a hire because I really like the way he did that. He is leveraging almost like a tripwire technique where he's getting that low hourly at 15, which is obviously lower than he's gotten in the past, and you can see that. And he's saying, hey, if I stick around for a year, I'm gonna only be making what I was already making and got a good review on in a year. And I think that's really cool. So I'll probably send him an offer because I really like that. And then let's move on to Dragona here. Awesome name. Now I remember Dragona, and we'll go through this real quick. And so we have 100% JSS score, 17 completed jobs, 69.89 total hours. Crazy. It's out of time. 100K earned at $20 an hour. Hello, I'm Dragona, and I'm excited to present my proposal for providing creative and strategic assistance in content development with years of experience in content creation, social media management, and a passion for storytelling. I can help bring your vision to life and also help with other fun items. All right, so no mention of make.com, no mention of automation, really nothing other than her shtick that she's probably sent out a billion other times. So, this is like rule number uno. It's all about the clients, guys. And this one leads me to believe that she definitely didn't even look at this job posting, which is crazy. And whoever's bidding on her didn't even try and assimilate the cover letter. So it's weird, and it's definitely gonna get a thumbs down because she said nothing that has anything to do with me. All right, so we will go to Nikola now from Serbia, and he's an automation expert, Zapier and make.com, APIs and webhooks, ManyChat. Cool. Definitely knows, he's saying all the right names. Always a good idea to put these platforms in there. It just really does a great job showing me again that you have worked on those platforms. So just take note of that, guys. And so you can find examples of advanced make.com automations I've built in my Upwork portfolio. I have extensive experience designing efficient workflows for various tasks. Let's connect to discuss how I can assist with your projects best. Cool. I like that. I like that he has a video. I like that he has the reviews, call make. That's nice. Zapier, great. All automation and integration stuff, all speaking my language. And, a really short, right to the point proposal, cover letter, nothing crazy, not a billion clicks and this and that. And he even mentioned that in his portfolio item, he would include this. Now, I don't know why, if we go back, I guess he didn't include the highlights. So that's something he can definitely do a better job with. And looks like he had a little trip there. Happens. Oh wow, huge job right here. And that's a great review. And it looks like it's really in line with my needs. So that's a tremendous amount of time building. And so he's, with that amount of time, you generally are an expert after, spending 1,000 hours doing something. So that's really cool to see. And I think Nikola is a good fit. Now, with the others, I don't know if I'm as excited with Nikola, but definitely gets the thumbs up, and it'll be nice to maybe follow up with him if those other offers don't come through. But let's move on. We have Karamjit Pal, and he's from India. He's coming in at 17 an hour. He's a CRM and CMS wizard, go high level, expert, automation expert, e-commerce. Cool. So a lot of the stuff that I do, and what's not fun is this JSS that stands out at 68. Well, and then 72 completed jobs, almost 2,000 hours, 30K earned. So, I mean, it happens. Sometimes your JSS goes down, but already, my spidey sense is going up because that's not ideal, obviously. And I'm also not a big fan of this because, I don't know, it's just like shouting in a way that's not too creative. And I get that you can work right now, but are you saying that to everybody? And, we're talking about Monday.com and CRMs and things like that, where I haven't even really talked about that. I was just talking about make.com flows and automations, which he talked about here, but I just assume this is all templated stuff that I don't want to really click on. I don't know where it applies to me. I don't feel like clicking on weird things on the internet. And then, this is kind of uncreative and a little lazy. And so here's other stuff with just more CRM linked stuff and not so much make and things like that. So it's cool that he can do a lot of things, but I'm really looking for someone like, okay, make expert and Notion. That's cool. But like I was saying, I'm, really looking for an expert in that field. I think that's gonna make me feel better about it versus someone that can just do everything right now. But I think that there could be a place for Karamjit, and I didn't really see, like a ton of bad reviews, because that's what really like you're looking out for more than the JSS. Like, is there a string of like bad stuff where you like ran away and didn't talk to anybody, or that type of thing? Because if people are going dark, that's the worst. Sometimes projects get messed up though. So I mean, he looks pretty standard. I just don't think he's gonna win over some of the other proposals that we've seen. So for right now, I think I'm just gonna give him the old thumbs down. Then we have Jarno. This one's new from the Netherlands. 75 JSS, 3 completed jobs, 4 total hours, 900 earned. Okay. Not off to an awesome start. We got to figure out how to improve your JSS, Jarno. Hi, mate. Happy to help you out. What are you working on? Have a good day. Jarno. P.S. My quality is in automation, not producing YouTube videos, but feel free to check out some projects I've worked on. Chief AI Automation Officer, Software Integration Expert AI Pro. Okay, so he does a lot of automations. He's talking about Make. And yeah, he's got some reviews that are showing he works in that field. Has an intro video. Curious to see what this is.
Our client asked us to automate their personalized first point of contact with potential customers. So we've started with getting their type form and use this as the start for this automation. From here, the client's website is read automatically, after which we use Anthropic Claude, an AI model, to use information from the client's website to customize an email. This email is sent to the client together with an automated email from one of the client's account managers who asks what a good time is to give the potential customer a ring.
All right, well, I think he could probably do a better job here too. I think that's cool that it's an example, but that's a portfolio item, and that should go in the portfolio section. And he could probably work on his skills too. But yeah, the lack of portfolio is concerning here. I think he could do a better job. I also think that it would make more sense to, link to those things rather than the YouTube here. And so, yeah, I don't think he's going to beat these other people. They just, they seem more dialed in. And moving on to Haidar, St. Lucia, digital transformation, AI automation, 100% JSS, 2 completed jobs, 3 total hours. Now, guys, just some things to take note of. The last several people, we have, what is it, 600, 800K, well, not Nikola, but 1K, 300, 8K, 700, 200K, 30K. So out of like most of the people on this front page, most of them are kind of fresh. You know, they don't all have thousands of hours. I mean, some do, but some have 0, some have a couple. So don't think that it's ever too late to get in the mix, okay? So, Haidar, I'm excited to assist you with your make.com flows for content development, onboarding, and other creative projects. With 20 years of experience in digital transformation, I have a proven track record of enhancing efficiency and I never know where efficiency and innovating in various industries. My background includes blah, 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 blah. In my previous role, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Obviously, this is AI generated and he has a few hooks of his background that gets generated along with his proposals, which is interesting, but it doesn't lead me to believe that, you know, he took any time here to do this thing. It's boring. I don't really even want to read through the whole thing, but I do like how he included the highlights. I do like how, yeah, I like these. I like the certification. Again, that's, if you want to compete, you got to get the certifications. I think these days, this is huge. Complete Upwork job. That's great. Couple reviews and a AI generated bio. Okay. So I think this could definitely use some work. I don't feel like reading through it. And I think that I would add more portfolio items just to make this look better, because I don't want to have to read through this. I want to see exactly what you do just by seeing what you had, you know, what you've built. It's not terrible. I don't think it's going to beat these other people. So going to have to give the old heave ho here. Moving on. But you guys see, like, these aren't I've seen much worse proposals, guys. Like, people are spending their time making these, and we want to be respectful of that. And that's why, yeah, I definitely want to hire a couple people. We have Ignacio from Uruguay, CTO, CEO, senior full stack and mobile app development. Great. 82% JSS, not too great. 76 completed jobs, 667 total hours. Wow. $65 an hour. I specialize in designing and optimizing workflows on make.com to automate and simplify processes. Here's how I can help. Content development, automation tasks, like scheduling, asset generation, and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yeah, another ChatGPT type of thing. 65 an hour. You know, he's kind of like that mid-range, and he's saying stuff that I've heard all the time. I don't see that his skills are really in here. He's raising the rates, which I'm not a fan of, like you guys saw earlier. Not a lot of make stuff in here. I know he said this, but it's ChatGPT. So nothing in here proved to me that he knows how to do what I need. Ignacio, you get the thumbs down. All right, so now we have Utah, who just sent over his, and we have, what is it? Game development expert, Unreal Engine, AR, VR, 3D, generalist, AR. So we're talking, I mean, none of that has anything to do with what I'm doing, but he does mention in the skills here, which saves him, but he doesn't have anything earned. He's got no experience on Upwork. High Evo, he didn't, I mean, that's Evo's in our agency, but I think, I don't know where he found that name. I specialize in creating and optimizing make.com workflows to streamline processes like content development, onboarding. Moving on, to start, I'll work with you to design flows. Great. In past projects, I've successfully built Make. Great. Best regards, Eula. And we're talking, okay, it's in his, that's interesting. Because here it says the CRM and marketing automation specialist, but there it says game development expert. So you guys want to be cognizant of that and making sure that the right titles are going out, because it looks like maybe, yeah, it looks like your main one went out and not your marketing automation. So you want to make sure that if you have sub profiles, you're proposing with the right sub profiles. Make sense? So with over 10 years of experience in CRM and marketing automation, I'm dedicated to helping businesses optimize their marketing processes and achieve their goals through tailored automation strategies, skills, and expertise. My expertise includes using tools like HubSpot, Make.com, formerly Integromat, and Microsoft Azure. Cool. Not much to do with me. I know that you wrote this proposal, but you probably used AI to do it. You know, I'm not seeing any certifications. I'm not seeing any portfolio items. Nothing reinforcing me and making me feel good about hiring you, because I'm not sure you're going to be able to pick up what I'm putting down. So kind of get the thumbs down here. Sorry, buddy. Now we have, Vasia from the Ukraine, and 92 JSS, 12 completed jobs, 49 total hours, 2K earned. Knows Airtable, Make.com, no code development, great. Hi, I'm ready to help with content development, with content and AI. I can also automate your routine processes. Let's discuss the project. Examples, Upwork freelancer. Okay, he did the Make certification. Great. I am a no-code developer. Here are my skills. Okay, he's definitely doing a lot of the no-code Airtable stuff. That's good to know. And I think that, yeah, he's well on his way to getting great work here on Upwork. I think that, yeah, the portfolio is in line. He did the highlights correctly. Everything looks pretty solid here. I'm going to give Vasia a thumbs up. I'm moving on to Roman. We got $50 an hour, 100% JSS, 100 jobs completed, 6,800 hours, 200K earned. A real veteran here. With my talented no-code team, we excel in Airtable, Salesforce, and HubSpot, crafting customized complex challenges. We specialize in task automation using Make.com and Zapier. Okay, so just a straight template. Didn't even look at anything. $50 an hour. Just not going to compete with someone that spent the time at those rates, because this is a competitive landscape. So moving on to Vadim, 0 completed jobs, 0 total hours, cover letter. I'm excited about the opportunity. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go in there real quick. He's already increasing prices 15% every 3 months. Come on, Vadim. You're out of there. That's crazy talk. Okay, so now we have Abdullah from the United Kingdom. 1 completed job, 1 total hours, $21 earned. And greetings, I'm Abdullah from the United Kingdom, specializing in Make.com automation. I can work on your Make.com flows for content development, onboarding, and other tasks. You have a strong background in designing this. Okay, interesting. I'm not a fan of this. It's a little hacky. I'm like, you know, if you're up to this kind of trickery, where else are you a trickster in? Just FYI. I like it a little more authentic and unique. You're obviously also not doing that in real time, and you're giving yourself up that you're using some type of copy and paste technique at the very least. So you are reinforcing the fact that you definitely didn't look at this job. So congratulations, you've sold yourself on not looking at the job post, and I'm selling you on a thumbs down, because again, it's not like I have anything against this guy, but if you're comparing apples to apples with who's who's sending awesome proposals and can show me that they've done this before and are good, like solid people, all wrapped up in their proposal, you're going to destroy people like who had his thumbs down. Like, why would I ever go with that person? Are you out of your mind? Okay, so now we have Alexander, United States, and top-rated Airtable expert and integration specialist, Zapier, Make, etc. Awesome, solid, cool, love it. And you got 94 JSS. 94 is a good grade in my book. 105 completed jobs. Nice, man. That requires a lot of energy. 41, almost 4,200 total hours, 400K earned. Alex is a beast. And yeah, we already know Alex knows, he's not going to be wasting his own time. So those types of qualifications, they're juggernauts in getting impressions and views, because it's obvious that he's an expert. Now, going in, hello, I am the perfect candidate to help you with your project, to assist with make.com flows. I'm part of a small but passionate team, and I believe we could bring some awesome ideas to the table. Let me tell you why. I'm an electronic engineer specializing in no-code automation, AI development. Here's a quick intro about me if you're interested. I'm not going to click that right now. I am interested, but I'm not going to do it. We love Airtable and API integrations, as do I, and we even host workshops about the subject. Cool. We are even silver partners with make.com. Great. I didn't even know there was silver partners. And who are the gold partners? And we've built custom integrations. We are experts in CRMs, either using out-of-the-box solutions or creating custom ones. Here, you can see some we created. Again, a lot of links here. It's definitely a template, obviously. So I'm not so sure that they did look at mine. I know they can do it, but it's just not selling me on them that, that they know my specific tasks, or give, he's talking about a team. So am I even talking to Alexander, right? Or am I talking to his team? And that's something, again, that's going to come down to the particular project at hand. I'm not really as much psyched about dealing with the team. I have my own team. The last thing I want to do is talk to a bunch of people. So just be ready for that. And yeah, this is a lot of links that I'm not going to click on. Cheers. I see that we have some nice portfolio items. Clean. This is nice. Let's click on these so you can see. Okay. Yeah, if you're going to set up these types of portfolios, do so in a structured way where you can use it as a case study, because it's really nice, especially when you got, like, look here, this review, working that into the portfolio, and then working that portfolio into the proposal, which he didn't do, which I would do, is awesome. It just makes it look very visual, because you guys see how you can attach the portfolio to the job post, and then you could highlight the portfolio item, which is then attached, or vice versa. Both ways are going to get you, if you attach the review, that's going to lead to the portfolio. Attached to your portfolio item, it'll lead you to the review. So you could actually post two highlights, right? One doing the opposite way, and it's just a way to kind of pad the stats or market yourself a little bit. Now, okay, and then he's also associated with an agency. That's great. Not really, again, what I'm looking for. $100 an hour for working with an agency. It's cool. I bet they could do it. Coming from Palo Alto, he's probably a very well-versed person. Let's just see how nice this probably is.
Hi, Alex. My name is Albert.
Nice to meet you, Albert.
Nice to meet you as well, and nice to see you here. And today, I would like to talk about your startup. You are the founder of Aspirity and other companies.
Yeah, sure. Albert, thank you for having me here today. I am from Russia, from Krasnoyarsk, and I'm a founder of Aspirity company.
All right, so
every crisis is an opportunity.
You don't have
to achieve something new, to
get an interview style like this. I think just like talking about what you do will sometimes work a little better, Just some food for thought there. All right, so I just don't think it's a good fit for me for this time, but I'm sure he'll do a great job for other people. We'll run through a couple more. As you see, like it starts getting a little monotonous when you start getting down here. So this is why you really want to get to those top placements above the fold, because the client's going to have a lot more energy at the top versus the bottom. Because, you know, for me, I already sent out 2 offers. I've already thumbs up like 4, 5, 6 people. And so, like, what can these next people really offer me that the top people haven't already done? And this is why it's so important sometimes. And I'm going to say it, and this, I may get a lot of pushback, but that's why you may want to boost, right? To get in that top sector. And I know that it's expensive, but man, by the time the client starts going through, they're exhausted. We spent over an hour so far looking at these people. I mean, I'm slow rolling it right now, but it's not much different if we're going to be investigating these people, right? Or like checking out everything. And so, okay, so Vasia got the thumbs up. We got Anirban from India, expert in Monday and Zoho, specialist in make automation. Cool. $10 an hour. And so, you know, $10 an hour, $3 an hour. Now we're seeing price competition. Like, and this is where it gets weird, because it's like, well, if these people can do anything in, maybe they're not experts, but if they can do anything within make, is there another job that possibly they can be doing that's more time intensive versus the person making, you know, 30, 40, 50 an hour, where we may have them hyper focused on high ROI projects. And then there could be someone that's just like fill in the gap projects. And I always think that, like, you know, when it comes to hiring, don't always think that like if a client hires one time, they're done with the project, because a lot of times clients may need other tasks done. And so going back to, yeah, Anirban, hi Evo. Okay, so I guess Evo's just being shown sometimes. Warm greetings of the day. Being a certified Make.com developer, I'll assist you with Make.com flows for content development, onboarding, and other requirements. I've completed 200 plus Make.com automations. Wow. Okay, that's pretty badass. Of that. So how many? So 3 jobs, total jobs 5. I wonder, you know, here's the thing about making those types of big claims. It's like where, okay, past projects on Make.com. So he's linking off. He would be better off having all of those just honestly listed as like different portfolio items. He has some, which is a good start, and I would highlight those in, because the more the merrier. And if you can really structure these nicely, as you see, I mean, you're almost like allowed to put as many pictures as you want. You can put videos, you can do a presentation, you can do a lot of things, and then I don't have to leave the site, which again, I'm not going to do just out of fatigue. Like, I don't want to go to another site and have to come back and blah, 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 blah. All that clicking off and on weighs on the client. Nice use of testimonials, getting a bunch here. It's reinforcing yourself. And make intermediate, which I guess there's all sorts of certifications for make, but good on you for getting at least one. At $10 an hour, the risk is very low. So, you know, it's almost sometimes worth like throwing a contract at Anirban and seeing what they can do and paying for their time. Now, the big problem, and I didn't even notice this before, but 50% is alarming, you know? So that makes you wonder, oh yeah, what happened to bring you down that much? That's a little alarming. I don't see anything crazy, but also, yeah, like it's a little weird, but you know, something we can't get past. Evo, the person that they keep bringing up, is actually on my agency. When I first met him, he had like a terrible JSS. So, you know, I've had my JSS score tank from like one bad project one time. And so you can, you know, it happens, but I don't know. I'm on the fence with Anirban. It's an interesting price, but it's not striking me as him being an expert. But I will, for now, I'm not going to thumbs down but I'll thumbs up. I'm not going to send him an offer, but I'm interested. Now, moving on, we have Dylan here from the United States charging $3 an hour, which is interesting because how can anybody in the United States live on $3 an hour? I'm looking to build the biggest and best automation consulting portfolio before venturing out on my own consulting practice. I'm looking for work as the lowest rate Upwork will allow. I will work for free if I could. Interesting. Okay, Dylan. I would work for free if I could. Take a chance on me. I will guarantee the results. Bill little to no hours, and only kindly ask for a testimonial on and off the Upwork platform. Let me know what you think. We can talk offline as well. This is the exact work I'm looking to build my reputation on. Thank you for your consideration. So this is really interesting because, look, he doesn't have any work or following on Upwork, and he is willing to basically get mentored on something. Not necessarily, but like he's trying to build up some actual work with clients. Now, I always say like you can do work for yourself and include that in your portfolio item, and I think that's a good idea for some people. Like if you're a designer, maybe make awesome thumbnails and make portfolio items and just curate it. Or if you're a developer, hire someone to do your thumbnails and develop something small and market it and make it look like you have this work. But this is a different type of way of just like brute forcing your way into a position where you're getting paid to at least train up, because I do think this skill will be so rewarding for anybody that's going to learn it. I mean, I started learning this automation stuff, and it's really opened my eyes to the ability to charge really whatever you want, because if you can guarantee an ROI, like people can justify that in their head. And as you guys can see, I've been billing 500 plus an hour for a very long time on Upwork. So, these skills really add up. And so if you're willing to lower your rate just to go into learning mode, it may be worth it sometimes, because we see, Dylan's ready to work for $3 an hour and he's serious. And, I'm into it. If he can do anything, which I'm curious about, he's saying this is the main thing that he wants to know. It's not like he wants to be a VA or something. So, look, I'm going to see what he knows, send an offer, no rate increases, see if he's just talking poo-poo. If he's into it, hey man, I am willing to see what you can do. If you do great work, I will gladly send you a good review, and we'll see what happens. So that's 3 offers. Okay, Dylan, give you the old thumbs up too. All right, so on the bottom of the page here, we have Fahim from Sri Lanka. He's new to $16 an hour, 81% JSS, 28 completed jobs, 127 total hours, 0 earned. How 0 earned? How 0 earned? Fixed price. How do you earn 0 and make money? I don't know. That's weird. As an automation expert specializing in Make, I can assist you with your content development, onboarding workflows. I have extensive blah, blah, blah. Whether it's automating this or doing that. Looking forward to doing the blah. Okay, so it's, again, I think this is like a short and sweet little AI generated bit thing. A little bio right here. It's cool that he has some reviews. He's got a good portfolio. He is certified. It's all nice stuff. I'm a little reluctant. Oh, 3K earned. So he does have, I don't know why it says 0 earned there. It's weird. And yeah, I just don't know if he competes against the others, but it's not bad. And at that rate, it's not terrible. I mean, he has made $20 an hour. He's only charging me $16 an hour. So I got nothing wrong with that. I'll thumbs up. I'm not going to send an offer though right now. And let's wrap this up. We're at like almost an hour and a half. Oh, I think that's everybody. All right, cool. Now, I hope, guys, that this has been educational for y'all, just so you can see what we're thinking as we're going through the selection process here. And again, it's gotten really competitive. Most of these people were really good. I used to thumbs down a lot more people right out of the gates. You'd be surprised. Now, given this is a pretty like highly technical skill set I'm asking for, and I'm being very specific with it, but you'd be surprised where it's a lot of people that, and you saw it where they don't even mention the platform that you need help with. So you want to be in line and have that continuity when you're applying for the jobs. If they're asking for something with make sure your title says it, make sure that your cover letter states it, make sure you have a portfolio item, and hopefully you have a review that reinforces it. And if you get all that stuff right, it's gonna really help us as clients know that you guys can do what you say you're going to do. And that is more than half the battle. So thanks for watching this video. If you made it this far, please smash the like, share if you can. It would be super helpful. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.